All right. All right. Hey, Beatrice, how are you?
Hey, how are you? I'm good.
Good,
How are
good,
things
good.
going?
Good, good.
I see you on some kind of island there. I don't know if I
Hmm.
can join you because it sounds like a lot more fun than where I am.
I'm just finding the best out of the quarantine moments, right? Like,
You got to do what you got to do, right? Yes. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Good. I was just
Yeah.
going over some of your PAs and stuff like that, and I see some progress. I see some progress. How do you feel?
I feel good. I actually been going through them, but there's some questions obviously, but I feel much better since our last conversation.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. But now we switched away a little bit to do these PAs, right? You're doing them more live compared
Yes,
to before.
yes, yes,
Do you
yes.
feel it's a lot more helpful for you to really
Um,
find out where the questions really lie?
Yeah, because after, if I do it after like I used to do, I'm just kind of trying to remember what happened. And then I
Yeah,
realized you didn't need me to do that because you looked at it, you could see where I entered, where I exited. There was no need for me to do that. There was like a redundancy. So now when I do it, I'm like, oh my goodness, first of all, it's my schedule. It's opened up my schedule a lot because I don't
yeah,
have to come back later to do my post analysis. That's great as a mother and as a trader. That's awesome. So,
great,
but also asking questions while I go, I don't have to remember. I just tell you what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, what I'm doing, and
yeah.
that's it is what it is. Yeah, yeah,
Okay, okay, that's great. That's great.
yes, yes.
Um, so I've been looking through your PAs, and
Hmm.
we were supposed to do a call yesterday, but unfortunately I got busy, so we're here today now. But
Yeah, yeah.
um, I was looking through some of your PAs, and there's one thing that I would like you to try and do because leading up to your trade, I don't know how you got there. So
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
know the decision process of, and then this is why I'm choosing this pair to get in.
Okay.
Right. I see
Okay.
everything after that. So I wanna iron out the earlier pieces a little bit of how did you get to this pair?
Okay.
And what made you select this pair? And I think if we go into that a little bit, I'll get a little bit more insights of why this pair and why a
Okay.
sell or a why a buy.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
that way I can understand your thought process and I can help you out a little bit better there.
Yeah, going forward, I'm gonna start the recording much sooner than when I entered. Today I did that, so you're gonna like it. I had a
Okay.
recording today, but we're gonna go over it today anyway. But from now on, I'm gonna start doing how I selected the pair too.
Perfect, perfect.
Yeah,
Okay, so what
yeah.
we'll do is because I wanted to point out a few things from the previous webinar, not webinar, previous PA that you've done. I bet.
Yes, I know. I know. It's okay. I do it too. Yes.
So we'll go over some of the previous PAs that you've done. I
Mhm.
have one on May 11th right here. I just finished watching it, and we'll go over some of the things I noticed that I think can really help you, make a change almost immediately. And then
Okay.
you can then maybe the latter half of the 30 minutes or so, you can then share today's PA. You've done some trades today as well, yeah?
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, very similar to yesterday. It's almost identical. And I'm starting to see because I'm doing the PAs this way, I have the same problems, the same issues at the same areas. So maybe
Okay.
you'll just answer all the questions now. So yeah, I'm
Yeah,
looking
I'm,
forward
I'm,
to it.
I'm wondering if you should do that PA first before I answer it.
Yeah, because it's exactly the first trade I took. It almost went to stop. I got out sooner. I learned from my mistakes yesterday, and I didn't let
Yeah.
it go so close to my stop, so it was break even. And then the second trade worked, and so it's almost I don't know if you remember seeing that in my PA this time. How I had two trades that I was watching, and the first one I entered, and I almost it didn't. It was not profitable, and then the second one it was somewhat profitable.
Okay, so let's do this. I'm getting curious now. It's like it's,
I'm
it's like the
ready. I'm
NFT
ready.
news coming up or something. I'm curious. All right, so let's
Yeah.
let's let's do that. We'll play your video first. You have
Yes.
it recorded, or you want to just walk me through, or how do you want to do it?
Yeah, I'll just walk you through because I just watched it again and kind of I'm still paying attention to the trade.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So I'll give you screen sharings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Share screen. Alrighty. And share. And I'm going to, can you see this screen here?
Yeah, I do.
New Zealand USD. So that's the trade I took today. I'm just going to go from the top real fast. It'll be a quick synopsis. And I can put the video up if you want me to because it's already done. So I was looking at actually USD weakness and New Zealand strength. So New Zealand USD was my best pair because I saw USD, at least for the New York morning session before noon, as being very weak. And I saw New Zealand being the strongest and Aussie being the second strongest pair. So those are the three kind of groups I was playing around with today. So I started with Aussie USD and I got stopped out. What I'll show you. So in the 1 hour, I saw both of them very similar. They're in a buyer's area. This buyer is coming up clearly, and I can kind of zoom in so you can see. I saw this seller and I followed them along, and then we're now in the buyers. After this area, the buyers have taken over. And I asked myself, like you asked me before, when would this buyer be tired or would be scared to get out, and where would be the place where they would want to buy again, right? So as they're coming up, okay, obviously at this point I'm out if I was this buyer, and I need a deeper pullback so that I could buy. But this is not where I was looking at it. I was looking at it at 6 a.m. in the morning, so at this area right here. So I'm looking for a pullback to this area so I can buy it. That's a New Zealand USD is almost identical. Hold on one second. Yeah, you can see the buyers, the pullback, and this is the area I was looking to buy in the 15 minutes. So when I did Aussie USD, I entered too soon. So when it was coming down, it held in this area. If you can see this little area here, and I started to buy. It worked a little bit, and then it came against me, and I got out because I realized that, okay, maybe this area wasn't the area that I was going to hold, even, you know, looking at this area. So I thought, okay, it needs a deeper pullback. But since New Zealand USD was my original pair that I wanted, I decided to switch over to this pair and watch it. And so this is where I entered. You can see the blue line is my entry. My original stop loss is here. And it came up and got to this area, and I didn't take any money out. So I watched it. It was very painful because it took a long time, and I was tempted to get out over here because I'm thinking that usually my trades don't take, you know, hours. They take maybe 1 hour, not 2-3 hours, but it took forever. It held forever here, and then it just shot up in one shot, got to this area. I took out 70% up here. And then I started to watch it because this candle came down here with volume, as you can see, almost equal volume, right? But it didn't make any new lows. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's going to turn around. But then when I saw this candle, I was like, okay, enough. And I got out 100% here, which my thought process is it needs to get a better price than this in order to go up. So that's pretty much a synopsis of what happened today.
Okay. Okay. So this is the one trade then that you did.
Yeah, I did Aussie USD, but like I said, I got out. I got in here. It came up to this area, but when this seller started to come down, I got out with a break even trade. So there was 2 trades today.
Okay,
yes.
So enter and out on that one. Okay.
Yes. So, and this one that's the one I'm watching because it's the one I traded the longest today, anyways. Yeah.
Okay. This New Zealand USD looks very familiar in this area. That was yesterday's trade.
Yes, I did trade New Zealand USD yesterday. So that's exactly. That's why I thought it would be good to tell you because it seems very similar, both trades.
It's perfect.
Exactly.
It's perfect. In fact, it's gonna help you see very quickly because we're doing this side by side. Actually, I think it's a lucky situation that we have. Not only is it one day after the other, but it's also the same pair. So that's even better.
Yes.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll take over. I'll share my screen on my end so I can walk you through, and you can draw on it as you like. Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, so that way I can show what I'm showing properly.
Okay.
Okay, let me get the brown bear out. Okay. All right, I'm gonna just share the screen here and okay. It should be visible now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You need to expand it, but yeah, it's visible.
Yeah. I'll get that open right now, real quick. New Zealand USD. Okay. Let's. Oops. Let me move this one open. Okay, and I'll clear out everything.
Okay.
All right. So you had a trade in here, I would say, and then
Mm-hmm.
a trade in
Right
this
in that
area more or
area.
less for a buy,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. So at a bird's eye view, here's what I'm seeing. Okay. What made you say when you got to this pair on this day, what made you say, okay, New Zealand is weak today, so I want to put my focus on it?
Well, the entire group was weak. I go through each pair and then I start to see a pattern. Then I open the group and I'm like, wow, they're all doing the same thing. The correlation is what got me here. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
that's great. That's great. Now, a couple things you need to understand with that though, like that analysis is absolutely perfect. However,
Yes.
there's one little hiccup in that analysis. And that's
Yes.
why this is perfect to see it as we're talking live. So
Yes.
here's the idea. So you said that you saw this buyer going up and up and up and up, and then he
Yes.
rolled over and then the seller just dominated,
Yes.
right? When that
Yes.
seller dominated, whoever was in that sell, what is he watching?
Whoever's selling
Yeah.
is watching for, well, to see if this buyer will take over, if this buyer is gonna kick in, or an area where it starts to pause to get out.
Yeah, which bar? Can you draw it? Because I don't see
Okay.
it drawing. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me annotate.
Like what is all the things he's monitoring that can cause him issues?
All right. Let me see if can you see the mouse? Let me see if I
No,
can
I
draw.
don't
I'm
see.
talking
I
about,
can only see when you
yeah.
draw, but not the mouse.
All right. Let me see. I'm saying that he's worried about these buyers. Oh, come on. I'll find it. Hold on. Hold on. It's format, eraser, stamp, draw. Let me see if I can draw
Or I can
these.
just imagine
Yeah.
area.
Use your imagination. You're not working hard enough here for me now. Do you see that?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
area right there? Yeah,
yeah.
I'm saying that this seller is keeping an eye on this buyer who started in this area, right in this area
There
here.
you go. There you go.
See, so
So
they're worried about that person or that
yeah.
big boy. Yeah.
So that's a pretty strong SNR, right? Remember the
Yes.
idea how we said if you break a range, how strong do you break it, and
Mhm.
there yada yada yada. So if
Yep.
this
Yep.
is the range that he broke
Yes.
before it went upwards, would you say that's a substantial break?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So then a pullback to an SNR level is more logical,
Yes.
right? Rather than coming in very, very deep till down here kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right. So having,
Yeah.
putting that into perspective of, okay, we do know New Zealand is weak across the board.
Yes.
We get that, but we're part of a story that's not alone. Now, what I mean by alone, here's one of the things that causes an issue with a lot of students with this idea of how much data do I need to see in the past? Like, isn't that like
Yes.
if I
It's a
was to
very
open up
common
our
question.
emails, like the
You would see
number
at
one
least 7
question?
of them. Yes. Yes.
Or
Yes.
maybe like the top 10 apart
It
from
is
will the
absolutely.
webinar be recorded.
I answered that actual question today. How much data do I take? Yes, I see that
Yeah.
all the time.
Okay,
Yes.
so this will help you answer that question, and it's a logical question, and it's normal to ask that.
Yes.
So here's the
Yes.
thing: our job is if the market goes up on the 60, we want to
Yes.
pull back and we want to buy it.
Yes.
Okay, and we say we want to buy these. That's fine as long as it's not overextended.
True.
Right? We want to, like, if we know it started from here, we don't want to do some buys up there because it's just out of proportion. Right?
Yes.
Now, let me change that scenario a little bit. Would you buy it now?
Yes.
It's no problem, right?
Yeah.
However, now let me add a little bit of data. Would you buy it now?
You see, no, it's too. It didn't pull out enough of the range. It might be pulling deeper. I'd be worried about buying it there.
So there's a few things that is making you think, does it need to be a channel? Is it a trend? I'm not sure what it is.
Yes.
It does have that feeling of a buy though, but I'm not certain. Let me switch
Yes.
it around a little bit. Would you buy it now?
No, it's at the top of a range.
Same trend that you're visibly looking at, but I just added
Yes.
a little bit story to the left and now
Yes.
everything's changed on how you read it.
Exactly.
You see? So
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say is when the market goes out and it's brand new and there's nothing to the left,
Yes.
you can just look at this and say, that's all the data I need. I'm good. But
Mhm.
if on your screen, you're able to see all of this data in front of you, and
Yes.
wherever you're trying to enter belongs to some other story, then
Yeah.
you're forced to read that story. You have to read it.
Okay.
Okay? Remember,
Yeah.
I can even do this, right? I can say, yeah, but what if, Naveen, I get what you're saying, but what if I just like zoom in my screen a lot and I just look at this piece right here? Then isn't it an uptrend?
Yes.
The answer
I see
always
what you're
is,
saying.
do you want to be a knowledgeable trader or do you want to be an ignorant trader? That's the whole key, right? The more you know, the
Yes.
better, right?
Yes, I get it. Yes.
So if your screen allows you to see this much, then that's great.
Mhm.
I can see whenever I see your recordings, you have a wide screen anyways,
Yes. So yeah, my
right?
screens are very long. Yeah, on wide.
You,
Yeah.
you've got today's date and then 1960 on the other.
So my problem is I bought the wrong screen size. It's not
so
my read.
so
Yes.
like I'm on a laptop screen right now. So from when I see what's in front of me on the 60, right? I'm
Yes.
aware that
Yes.
the prices, okay, sorry, you were looking at it like that. Okay. So
Yes.
I'm aware
Yes.
prices are coming down, but I can also see what's this? What are all these pieces? And where are we in a new area that's higher high? It's like
Okay.
brand new highs. Markets are in a panic. They can't find a price. And then we
Okay.
tease it nonstop, cheese. And then it becomes January, February, March all over again, where we just mint money and lay back and eat nachos,
Yes.
you know?
Yes. Yes.
but but now we have to work for our money because we've entered a story that belongs to a larger player trying to do something else,
Okay.
right? So now if we look at this as this thing got hammered from up in here or whatever
Mm.
this thing is, maybe it's a range,
Yeah.
or we have a peripheral view of saying I only see this much. Okay, well that's a range, and that range broke out, got to the top, and then he broke to the downside. Well, this is an area that you have to see that that's an important SNR. That level
Yes.
over time, over 3 days, it's held,
Yes.
held. So it's not something to take lightly. Here's the thing.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I'm going to draw that level out, and I notice that that level is what caused the bounce to come in.
Yes.
That you wanted to say, okay, perfect. I'm getting the pullback. Let's get ready to sell.
Yes.
Now,
Ah.
the risk is you're so close to that level trying to sell and you're not anywhere up in this area, trying to get the sales done. And I can get how that can get confusing because it's like, yeah, but then how would I know if New Zealand is weak for me to do this? Because by the time I figure out New Zealand is weak, I might be too late. And then
Yes.
enter Twilight Zone and we're like,
Mind blown.
yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it becomes a big mess at that point. It's like, okay, so what is that fine detail of, well, how do I understand this then? So the idea is, yes, it is weak, but it is weak for this period only.
Ah. Okay.
Okay. But for the last several days, it's been doing this, all of that.
Yes.
Okay. Now, before we continue to the area where you got in, when this move went up and up and up and up, what can you tell me about the volume analysis? What can you tell me when you look at the volume? What
It
sticks
wasn't
out to you?
impressive. It was mostly average with a few poke outs, but mostly average volume.
Mostly
Nothing.
average volume, right?
Yeah, nothing
Okay.
to write home about. Yeah.
Before this thing rolls over and it goes down, any volume increase or anything?
Yeah, slightly there. Yes,
But
slightly, but nothing again to
yeah,
nothing
it's
drastic.
not something that says, oh, they're here.
Yes. Yes.
It's just quiet, right? It's just quiet.
Mhm.
So it's
Mhm.
coming down. Let's take a look at this on the 15 now. Okay.
Mhm.
So you're looking at this initially as, let's get a pullback in and we want to sell this,
Yes.
right? That was from yesterday's trade.
Yes. Yesterday's.
Were you
Yeah.
attempting it earlier or you waited? You did two, one was New Zealand yen, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it was New Zealand, yeah, and this one. I did one attempt on this, and I entered at the very top area, and then it went all the way down.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go. So this one
yeah,
you entered on the higher price,
yeah.
and
Uh-huh.
yen you entered on the lower price, and that one
Yes,
went against you. Take a
yes.
look at this. This movement down that's coming in.
Mm-hmm.
What can you tell me about the volume?
Nothing.
I'll do it again.
Okay,
Okay, let's
it's
watch it very
yeah,
slowly.
average. Oh, it's increasing, increasing. Wow, look at that red right there. It increased at the bottom.
At the bottom, at the end
Ah,
of the
it's a
trend,
turnaround.
right where support is,
Ah,
someone either cashed out or hit the buys really hard.
oh, okay, okay.
That's already one sign of watch out. That's an area of difficulty. So we either want to do one of two things: either get away and then do a sell,
Mm-hmm.
or don't think of doing sells. In fact, maybe even change your mind for a buy soon
Okay.
because they just cashed out. Weird,
Ah,
isn't it?
okay.
But it looks like it's a
Yeah.
seller's market and all this stuff, but it's just way overextended. The sell started from up in this zone, and how long can it go before it needs a drastic pullback?
It has to have a pullback soon, and especially in that SNR. When you put it that way, I saw it clearly, like it
Yeah.
all came together. That was okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes, when we're in the mode of to look for a trade, we get so
Mm.
caught up in finding the trade quickly that we miss the things that are just right there in front of us saying, don't do it, don't do it.
Yeah, yeah. And I think what I do is I look for like a group weakness or group strength, and then I go into the group to find the trade. And that's why I missed this, because I was looking for New Zealand, specifically to be strong this day and weak today. So that's where I'm going wrong with that, because of correlation early in the morning, but then it changed and I didn't see all this because I was so focused on that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's normal. It's normal. So let's
Yeah.
let's dig into this even deeper. So that New
Yeah.
Zealand USD that you did further higher. Okay, that trade went
Yes.
really nicely. I liked
Yes.
how you managed that trade, but even how you managed that trade in terms of money management, you managed it with the idea of, and then it did this. So I'm going to remove 70% because I'm not really sure about this area,
Yes.
but due to the market conditions today, I'm going to remove. So there was
Yes.
so much that it was like, I'm not feeling great about this. So
No,
you
I
removed,
wasn't.
you were thinking 60 and you said, let's do 70.
Yes.
You bargained correctly.
Yes. I was like, take more out.
Yeah,
Yes.
take more
Yes.
out. And
Yes.
when I was seeing that, I'm like, yeah, exit more, exit more. It's like,
Yes. Yes.
so it's a good call that you made there. So that money management protected you, even though the idea of the trade might have not been correct in the inception. So it's
Yes.
very important to stick to money management as strong as you can until you feel
Yes.
confident to say, no, but I'm going to let this one run. Everything
Yes.
points for keep going. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So up until now, we've got the idea of high sellers coming, high volume coming in right at the bottom, which is something called climax, right? Market's
Mhm.
going
Mhm.
out and then bam, climax, like, and he's done.
Yes.
Okay. So if he's cashing out here, now we don't know if the pullback is going to be like that, two set pullback, and then go down again to do it all over again, brand new. That's why we like to
Mhm.
do anticipation trades, because it's all brand new after two sets.
Yeah.
Or if it's going to do set one, set two, hold that support resistance and blast higher,
Ah. Okay.
because the volume showed up on the bottom. So we don't know if the sellers are still around because no one initiated that sell. It's not there,
Ah. Okay.
right? How do we
Yes.
normally say, give me a high volume break from a range, low volume pullback, and we'll think about it?
Yes. Yeah. Set one, set two, classic. Yeah.
Right. The classic way,
Yeah.
right? So it's like,
Yeah.
we're not seeing any of that. In fact, the volume just switched the whole story on us, unfortunately.
Mm.
Okay. So let me
Yes.
get rid of all these drawings and we'll start from there. Okay. So far, so good. Yeah.
Yes. I got. Yeah. Big aha moments in my head.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Okay. So it stops in here. And here is when the markets finally put in higher high, higher low sequences, right?
Yeah.
Okay. in this higher high, higher low sequence, how would you say the pullbacks are coming in? It's done a push up,
Yes.
pulls back how much?
Uh, the first push, almost 100% the first time, right? The sell is almost 100%.
Yeah, almost
Yeah.
100%. Like this is the bottom. It
Yeah.
comes down that much,
Oh, yes. 80%.
right?
Yes.
80%.
Yes.
Then he goes
Yeah.
up. How does he go up?
With a lot of strength.
A lot of strength, a lot of energy. Okay.
Yes.
Anything to tell us on the volume?
Not in that particular, no. It's just all below average, actually.
So if you imagine a
Mm-hmm.
set one, set two from a lower time frame,
Okay.
does set two have volume?
No.
So there's no
Oh.
volume on these buyers. So no one's hitting the buys,
Ah.
right? Well, like
Yes.
isn't that what we say? If
Yeah.
to continue to sell, make sure your set two never has volume.
Yes, because if it does, it's going to take a lot longer. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it could
Absolutely.
take a lot longer, or maybe the buyers are here.
Yes.
We know the sellers cashed out, but we don't know if they're constantly every step of the way hitting the buys. We don't see
Yes.
that. So
No.
he does that. Now, what would you say between the first move and the second move?
Well, just looking at the moves, the second move is a lot stronger than the first. Even if I didn't look at the volume, I'd be like, okay, the buyers are kicking in here.
Because of that, buyers are kicking in. And now knowing the story that we know about the support with the high volume
Yes.
area, we cannot prepare for a sell just yet until you're like, let me see your next push up. He does that. He does that. It's like, I don't know. I'm aware of this area, which was perfect
Mm-hmm.
that you exited there and you got a trade out
Yeah.
of, you got a day trade out of that. But it's like,
Yes.
let's see what you got. And then what did he do?
He kept, yeah, he came right down, right back down.
Yeah. He
Yes.
was unable to go properly, right?
Yes.
He was struggling to go. He kept leaving wicks on top, wicks on top, wicks
Yes.
on top. And then the
Yes.
rollover started to happen. And this time around, it went straight through.
Yes.
Okay. So if you do a sell from there, it's more like, okay, I am now entering up in these areas, but what is my danger zone? This guy.
Ah.
Because I don't know at what point if somebody will buy from there.
I see. So I could still do these sells. I just have to be aware of where my danger zones are instead of
Uh,
saying, okay, I should have been buying. But if I did it, I'd have to be aware of that.
yeah. Yeah. If
Okay.
you're doing the buys, then your buys are obviously here,
Yes.
it'll be a lot
No,
earlier.
I mean the
Or day
sells, because I was thinking that I shouldn't do the sells at all because I'm way overextended. But I'm saying even if I did make a mistake and enter, there's still ways to make profits because I did it out of money management. There's a way to do it with the read itself, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So now
Yeah.
when we're doing this with the read and we say, okay, here's where you can do the sell. Should you do the sell though? That's the next question. No. And
No.
why not?
Because first, the sellers are overextended. The volume at the bottom has told me that the sellers are getting out, the buyers are kicking in, and this is as SNR area that the buyers should be kicking in. It's all wrong. I shouldn't be doing.
There you
No.
go. And
Yes.
if this is the area where the sells might happen from, is this an area that means something?
No.
To the 60,
Not in the
like
1 hour. I could tell you no. It's a tiny
there,
little
yeah,
nothing.
I see this little red guy there.
Yeah, he's not
It's
worth
like the
stopping a
uptrend got a
whole
little pimple
train.
or something.
Okay.
It's-
Yeah, no, that doesn't really make a difference there. Not at all.
no, that's
Yes.
not an area. It's not a pocket of buying, selling operations happening. It's just a little,
Yeah.
like a little hiccup.
A little hiccup. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right. Yes.
So having that said, it's like it doesn't make sense to sell because not only do I have no level to sell from,
Yes.
I see the sellers are already getting out also. So all the signs point to don't do it.
Okay.
Don't do it. Even
Yes.
though it does go down and we're like, I knew New Zealand was weak. It's one of those things one of those things you just have to just let go and saying it's okay.
Yes.
It's no trade for me.
So
Okay.
when you're looking for strength on a correlation, looking back at the 1 hour, I should have seen this as a buyer's territory, not a seller's. You know what I mean? Because I was looking at correlation. That's what brought me to that point.
Yeah.
That's where I need to tweak then a little bit as to what I'm looking. This was a buyer's zone, not a seller's
Yeah.
area at all.
You
Yeah.
got high volume in this 2 candles right down here.
Yes.
And
Okay.
that's at a support level. You know, obviously my
Okay.
support will be drawn slightly different than your support, but you know it's
Yeah.
thereabouts.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then later on, when the cells came in, any volume increase on the cells?
Not really. No, they're all average.
Average, right? Stable.
Yeah.
Because we have
Yeah.
the MAs on the volume just to show us what's the average volume going. And if anything
Yes.
sticks out, we want to know.
Yes.
Right? Then it comes down to here, around that same area. Where is that high volume that's sticking out again?
Oh, on the buyer side, yes.
Either on the buyer side or at the end of that seller
Gonna
again.
sell. Oh, true.
So over and over again, it's telling you.
It's telling me don't do this.
Yeah,
Yes.
don't
Walk
do
away from the computer. Yes.
this.
Yes, I'm hearing it now.
It throws in
Yes.
one more push down. So if you were to look at this whole thing as that's a single push down and
Mm-hmm.
then sideways, and then that's maybe another push down. Look at the volume on this also. The highest volume of this
At the end,
is on that last red bar. And since then, prices
it's been
just
going
stopped
up.
and zoop.
Oh, my God. Yes. I
Right?
got it.
So these were your early warnings saying, watch it,
Yes.
watch it, watch it, you know.
Oh my goodness. I just got such a big aha moment. I'm sweating. It's like, whoa. I'm sorry to say that. I'm like, whoa, it just got hot in here.
Now, now
You turn the temperature up. Wow. Okay. Yes.
if I use my educational prediction voodoo ball, then
Yes.
here's what's going to happen in the next week. I'm
Yes.
sure you're going to look at every trade. You're going to be like, is there a high volume spike? Is there a high volume
Yes.
spike? It's going to
Yes.
grab your attention of this is
Yes.
all, but don't forget to use everything.
Yes, I will. I
This
will
is
not
just one
forget.
piece, you know.
Yes.
Because whenever I teach this to other people, and then the whole next week is like they're just focusing on that. Like and then this one showed high volume, and I try to buy it. It's like, wait, don't forget the rest.
Don't throw the baby out with the water, right?
So yeah,
Yes,
I'm just
got it.
trying to help you. That over the years I've seen that happen.
Oof.
So be careful not to miss out on the other stuff that you already know.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay.
Yes, that's
So all these
amazing.
signs are there telling you that this is preparing for a buy. And if I go back to the 60, that's basically where the market comes down hard, then halts, secondary push down, V formation, just trying to roll over and stuff like that. Now,
Mm-hmm.
moving to your next trade. Now your
Yeah,
next trade,
today's trade.
yeah,
Yes.
today's trade, yeah.
Yes.
Where was your next trade? It was here
Yes.
in that
Yeah,
area, right?
in
Up
that
here,
area.
actually.
And then, yeah, I bought it right there and right like at the end of the wick, but not at the top, very tippy end of it. Yes.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
taking it from the top, we know
Mm-hmm.
New Zealand is strong today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because of that last up move, or because of all these up moves he's been doing until you got into the office,
Yes.
right? It's
Right.
doing it across the board. But now, is this uptrend justified?
Yes, because it's reading the story from what we've been doing. Yes, this uptrend is definitely justified. We saw it. It was turning around all along. Yes.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So we
Yes.
have all of that stuff. Now,
Yeah.
let's take it back to that same simulation of, and then the high volume, and then the high volume, and then the high volume, and then somebody bought that higher low. Somebody
Yes.
bought these higher lows. Someone
Mm-hmm.
professional is buying that.
Yes.
What are they concerned about?
That cell on the top. What is he gonna do? Yes, that exact area, right? Yeah.
Now, I'm going to draw carefully here where your sell happened yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
which was here.
Yeah,
I believe.
somewhere in that
No,
area.
sorry, here.
Or yeah. Oh, yeah, the wicks.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
this sell, and then
Yeah.
your buy today happened here.
Yes.
Can you tell me a common pattern between these two?
Other than the wicks at the bottom and the wicks at the top, I'm buying in the wrong position. I'm buying way too high up. It's overextended, and I'm selling way too in the lower end. I'm
There
not
you go.
waiting for a discount.
There you go. So
Yes.
you like we've basically paid premium for the
Mhm.
idea of New Zealand strong, but by the time we figured it out, unfortunately, we're not using the after effects of it and saying, okay, let's go. We're
Mhm.
using the effects of it immediately, but unfortunately, we're right at the ceiling,
Ah. Okay.
right? And then yesterday's trade was right at the support.
Yes.
So these are the two things that constantly stick out to me. I'm like, I see why you're doing the buy,
Hmm.
but I would allow to do it, but do it earlier if you can, but get away from that area.
So really, the truth is, I should have bought yesterday and sold today. If what I was gonna, it would have. I should have been the opposite of what I did.
Yeah, but
Because
even for the buys, can you do a
yeah,
buy in the face of that sell that comes all the way
no,
down?
no,
How do
no.
we do a trend pullback? How do we buy a pullback?
You wait for you have a push up and you wait for the pullback and you know, into a logical area, SNR or breach line or something, and then you buy. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
but do you buy that first push down?
No, you have to wait for structured pullback.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you got to wait for it to break up into pieces so you know buyers are actually here. They're defending it,
Okay. Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, we can't do the buy, even though it hits the support. Like, it's I don't know, man. I can't just buy that crash. It's too dangerous.
And it's too high up. They need a more convincing sell or more convincing buy. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so in this buy here, he's gone up several times also, and
Mhm.
he's gone up parabolic up into this area. When it goes
Yes.
up parabolic like that, now do you know what it means to go parabolic?
Yes. Straight up.
Straight up.
Yes.
So
Yes.
the ones that I'm concerned about the most are not
Mhm.
parabolics in this area or parabolics in that area. I like the ones that are
Mhm.
down, pull back, and then parabolic is like, wait a minute. How do you get so much steam at the end?
Ah, you
That's
need
market
steam
making.
at the front, the first push, not or the second push, not the third one.
Exactly. If you have
Yes.
a range, if you have a
Mhm.
range and then you have a movement like this and it's going higher, low, higher, low, higher, low, and then it goes parabolic, that's
Mhm.
not the last push. In fact, that's the start of a new trend.
Yes.
That's okay. But if this move up starts to do and then that and then that and then parabolic again, that's
Somebody's
overextended.
ah. Okay.
Okay. So that's
Yes.
what I mean. I like to look at those things. I'm like, I bet you they're gonna turn that around, you know.
Ah.
So
So
when
that
it's
and that's what it happened right there when they went straight up.
it went straight up parabolic, which will
Mhm.
grab many people's attention, right? Like
Yes.
cheese traders are in danger at this point because as a cheese trader, this rings all the bells and whistles saying, I gotta get in.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it's like it's not out in the open air like it was last few months.
Mhm. Mhm.
He's unfortunately in the big boy story that says watch out
Oh.
because
There's a
they
top and a
will,
bottom holding him in.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, they will do something here or they will take some profit whoever bought in that
Mhm.
area knowing that that price level is a respectable level that
Yeah.
uses time and time again.
Okay.
Okay, not
I'm
a hiccup,
getting
right?
this.
A respectable level.
Not yeah, a respectable level. Yes. There was no pimples there. It was clean, clear skin. Yes.
I can just
Yes.
imagine now the new trial members start coming into elite community
Yes.
and then everyone's saying, do you see that pimple there? Like the new students are like, what is going on here?
These people are so concerned about clean skin. Yes. You've started a trend now. Hashtag pimples.
Like
Yes.
start Googling what are pimples in Forex. All right.
All right. That was funny. Yeah.
All right. So let's so in this particular case, because he's parabolic up there, whenever you have a
Yes.
parabolic move, where did the
Yeah.
parabolic start?
Right at the end of your arrow, the red arrow
There
there.
you go.
It
So he
started.
went
Yes.
up, pulled back.
Yes.
He went up, pulled back,
Yes.
and then from here he went parabolic.
Yes.
When it's parabolic like that, he needs to pull back in almost 90% or 100%.
Okay, okay.
Okay, which means on the top of this range, it's coming back. Now, up in that area where we have that resistance, okay, I'm going to draw that resistance with this line so we can see
Mm,
it. Let's go down to the
yeah.
15 and say, do you see any high volume cash outs?
Not really, no.
This trade can still be for a buy. It's just not
Okay.
from where you did it, unfortunately, because it was overextended. It was way too overextended because it started from here.
Uh,
You got to let them cash out and reload. So get that pullback coming in further. So the
okay.
little trades that you're doing in here,
Mhm.
do them,
Mhm.
but know where you are in the bigger scheme of things. And then you stop, and then again, and then
Mm.
stop, and then again, and stop. You see what I mean? And then,
Yes,
but
yes.
now you stop completely because it's huge. This huge thing needs to pull back now.
Yeah. So my question is, in
Yeah.
this particular trade, because I'm coming in the morning, right at right at when it's already done all this. After I'm done, I shouldn't be really looking at this because by the time it pulls back, it's like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I don't. The timing is so important to me because I've noticed that in the afternoon the volume dies most of the time, not always, but
Yeah.
so this trade wouldn't even be viable for me today because by the time it pulls deep enough, it'll be the Asian session, and I'm not trading the
And
Asian
you're not
session,
trading
right?
that. Yeah. And being
Yeah.
a New Zealand pair, maybe Asia takes it. We don't know.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But this
Otherwise,
just
it'll
wouldn't
just
be
hang
for me
around here
today.
and tomorrow London.
Yeah, there's New Zealand news today, this evening, so I know that something was going to happen today, and it's setting up for that perfect news. So maybe we'll see. But either way, I wouldn't be in front of my screen trading. So this is not a trade for me in a New York session.
There you go. There you go. Look
Okay.
at this area
Yes.
very carefully. This movement up that happened, and take it all
Yes.
the way down to the volume spot.
Yes.
Any
Oh yeah.
correlation?
Yes, the volume increased as that. But no, it's not anything above average. I mean, it's slightly that one green candle is standing out, but nothing, like I said, nothing, still nothing like impressive.
This is good. This
Yes.
means it stuck out from the average that it was doing,
Oh, I see. Okay. In
like a little head
comparison to
that
everything
sticks out.
around it, yeah, I
Yeah.
see.
What is that?
I see.
Whack-a-mole, that game, whatever it's called. The head sticks out, you
Yes,
smash
yes.
it.
That one does stick out. You're right. But I'm
Yeah.
saying in overall, so you because I wouldn't have seen anything after it anyway, so it would have been sticking out to me anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what this is whatever this range was here,
Yeah.
it broke with volume and purpose, right? Like the
Okay.
lessons we know from the ITP or the volumes course that's in the ITP,
Yeah.
right? Any break with volume and purpose is pretty strong,
That's cool. Yes. I
right?
definitely can see where I'm going wrong. And it's the same issue with all the trades actually. So that is a quick fix. Not a quick fix, but it's a good fix. We'll
Yeah.
see if it's a quick fix, but it's a fix.
Yeah.
Yes.
So all of these movements that you're seeing is coming in like that. So high volume on this area. Okay, let's take it
Mhm.
forward a little bit. Boom, 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 boom,
Okay.
boom. High volume stick out here. Nothing happens. High volume
No.
stick out in these areas at the top.
Yeah.
Okay. Pullback
Yes.
rolls over deeper. Okay. High volume increase in this area.
Yes.
Okay. Nothing happens. And then high volume at the bottom here again.
And it turns around again.
Right. So
Yes.
when you put this all together, it's like, are you seeing people loading up on the buy side or on the sell side?
It seems like the buy side is
At the
more,
buy side. When
yes,
you see the
yes.
people letting go of the sell side and the buy side kicks in, that's telling you you're getting closer. You're getting closer.
Okay. Okay.
Like those are your indications with your pattern, with your volume, with your structure, with the big boy 60. And then
Yes.
it's like, I got it. It's like, I
Wow.
shall
Yes.
succeed.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so you got to put all this information together of like, what's it trying to tell me?
I got it. I really
Yeah.
do. I got it. At least right now, I really got it. So I'm gonna watch this over and over again. But yes, I got it. Yes.
Yeah, as many times as you need, right? It's
Yes.
just what I was trying to say is that buy in that area
Mhm.
is correct in a different market condition. So
Ah,
it's a pattern, just like any pattern or any indicator. You can use it in this condition, yes. This
yeah.
condition, no.
Okay.
That's the story with any pattern, and any price action.
So in this market, we're mostly ranging markets because we're kind of doing a correction from when January, February, March. So we're going to have a lot of ranges before we go in the other direction. So I have to kind of switch just slightly adjust my trading style for this
Yeah.
market.
Think
Yeah.
about it. January, February, December, January, and February during
Mm,
coronaviruses. What
yeah.
happened to the Aussie?
Oh my goodness. Aussie was down, down, down because it
Down,
was a
down, down, right?
commodity. Yes,
Would
yes,
you
yes.
say it could have gone parabolic?
It could have. Yeah, it could. With the way it was going down, yeah. You
Yeah.
couldn't be wrong if you sold it. Yeah.
It needs a strong correction, and once
Uh-huh.
it corrects, if it doesn't correct all the way, then now you're going to get something like this: strong move down, some correction, and then people will still sell it thinking it's on, but then the correction, people will think, oh no, it's not on, and then it's just going to
Ah,
pinball, and that's how you get a little wedge forming.
yes, until he turns around and goes back. Ah,
And that's why when we're trading this for cheese, it's like
mm,
you just touch it, it
boom.
turns to
I
gold.
know.
Yeah.
Yes.
But when you
Printing
enter
money.
in this area, it's like you touch it and then they tell you it is not gold.
Oh, this makes so much sense because I've been trying to do the cheese the way we used to do it the first part of the year.
Yeah.
Like it makes so much sense. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Because now you're in this story that belongs to this big range and we're inside of that. So we're getting pinballed all around.
Mm, got it.
Right.
Got it.
So
Yeah.
just like this New Zealand USD, when it went up and you're like, oh, that looks like a buy. Unfortunately, it's going to pinball at this area.
Yes.
And if we didn't notice it, then it comes back at us, right?
Yeah. So either wait for a deeper pullback or don't touch it if it's not within my time frame. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Um,
Got
and then
it.
little quiz then here. So what about when these high volume comes in down here and you know this is a support-ish area that we drew from the 60, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where all the high volume start coming in, coming in, coming in. And then the
Mm-hmm.
buyers step in.
Mm-hmm.
Then they pull back. Can you buy that as it pulls back hard like that?
No.
No. Then it goes up, puts in a higher high, and puts in a lower, higher low. When it
Yes.
pulls back,
Now we're talking. Yeah. Now we can buy it all day long and twice on Sundays, but they're not open. Yes.
twice on Sunday.
Yes. Yes. That
Yeah.
makes sense. Yes.
Yeah, this one does this proper slow down, rubber band man, digestion, rollover, and bam,
Yes. Yes.
and it's away from this guy at least.
Yeah. Perfect. That makes so much sense. Can we
Yeah,
do one more real quickly? Just a test me,
yeah, yeah,
see if I
sure, sure. Let me
understand.
let me throw in
Aussie
that New Zealand
USDs. Oh
yen.
no, but oh yeah, that's the other one I did.
Right, let's throw in that New
Yes,
Zealand yen. Let me put it on the 1 hour, and I will find that trade. Where was that trade?
I do not
It
remember,
was
but I know it was
yesterday.
yesterday. Yes,
Put it on
and
the 15th.
earlier in the morning, like
It
9 or 10 o'clock.
this one, I
Yes,
think, right?
yes, yeah. Where I was trying to sell it as well, but then it came up against me and I got out.
Yeah, I think it
Right?
was this one because this one was the same one. You're saying New Zealand was
Yeah.
weak, uh,
Yes, yes,
and you wanted a piece of this movement that came down. Same proposition here. That sell that
yes,
you were attempting here was
yes.
just immediately after the buyers told you, or the sellers told you they're out.
Okay. Yeah, that's exactly the same situation because so I see the high volume at the end of that push. Even though the buyers is bigger than the sellers volume, it's still at the end, which is telling me that it's time to turn around. This thing is about to turn around, and the sellers are way overextended, just like the other one. And then if I just follow the volume like you did, if we keep follow, yeah, it's at
Yeah,
the end. Yes, and
right.
this one's slightly different but very similar. Yes,
Correct.
yes.
Correct. So when it pulls back in deeper, like this, it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean get ready for a sell. Like this one even tells you there was that buy actually kicked in,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Like a New Zealand USD tanked from here because you had the
yes,
support of USD at that moment. But in
Ah,
this case, it jumped up.
yeah,
It jumped up. It actually held that SNR and saying, we're going to use this reversal and saying, that's it. Let's go.
got
And
it.
then that thing just went up from there. Very smooth.
Yeah. Okay. I'm seeing my mistakes now. I am seeing you've opened my eyes slightly more. So yes, yes. I'm not all the way vision capable, but yes, I'm not blind anymore. That's really nice. Thank you so much. This
Yeah,
is
you're
huge.
welcome. So your PAs are getting a lot better, though. I'm really enjoying it. I've seen a lot of feedback from the students as well. They're really happy with it. They can see themselves in you, and they're actually saying, I really like it. I'm sure you probably read the emails as well. They're really happy with it.
Yeah,
And
they're very, yeah, I'm
so,
glad, I'm glad. But it's funny because I just did what you told me last time and focused on myself and what I like trying to become, not in a selfish way, but just really working on myself and how I could be better. And everything just worked out. And
yeah,
instead of
yeah.
like
Just
focusing
talk to me.
outward.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, it really worked. It really did. So yeah, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So
Good.
thank
Good.
you so much. I got a
Um,
lot to work on and I will keep working on it.
Yeah. What is the one major thing that we're gonna take away from today that we want to fix in your upcoming like next 3-4 PAs before we meet again?
Stop trading at the end of a very don't trade at the over an overextended buy or sell.
There
Pay
you go.
attention to what the volume is telling you, and and also another thing I've noticed is that what territory am I really in? Am I you know what I mean? Because just because I see a down move doesn't mean I'm in a seller's territory. Or just because I have to pay attention to the full picture of what is telling me.
Yeah.
Don't focus in on that one thing I want to see. Yeah.
There you go. So the whole takeaway from this, that's the most important because it's on
Yeah.
the leftmost part of your journey. The leftmost
Yes.
meaning what should I look for?
Yes.
And then the rightmost part is how do I enter, how do I exit? So forget
Yes.
that all that right stuff. The left part is um, make sure you're just whatever you're interested in looking at is
Yes.
away from a resistance for a buy, and for
Yes.
your sells you're away from a support.
Yes.
Like at the
Yes.
very least, like you follow that rule of away from landmines.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get a discount. Don't buy at the highest price possible.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
Yes.
know that there's memory there. Then people will say, oh, that high price is not too high.
Okay. Okay. I can
Yeah.
do that. We're going to focus on that this
Yeah.
coming up week. Let me know how I'm doing as I go along. I'm sure if I mess up, just, nudge me. Don't shake me too hard. Just like a little nudge, like
Yeah.
stop
Yeah.
that.
If I see something, I'll make a video. But if I see
Yes.
something that we need to discuss, then I'll call you to a meeting. But we'll do a meeting
Okay.
regardless in a few days, just to catch up,
Okay.
see how we
This
got.
was awesome. This was
Yeah. Good.
awesome.
I'm
Thank you
glad.
so
I'm
much.
glad.
Thank you.
You're
Yes.
welcome. Any
Yeah.
any questions on anything today? Or
No. I was just I got the thing is that I felt it, like meaning like I could feel something wasn't right, and I knew it was about the territory because I kept seeing, okay, I can see the sellers, I can see the buyers, I can see another seller, and I could see how it all playing out, and I knew I was supposed to do something with it, but I just couldn't articulate like what is this, what's the wrong feeling I get about why I'm in, you know what I mean? Because I in the big picture I can see the sellers coming down, the buyers coming up, and the other sellers coming down, and so you've just put words, you gave me words for the frustration I was feeling. So that's the only thing
okay.
I can say. Yeah.
Great,
Yes.
great. Yeah. So we'll
Yeah.
build upon this layer by layer
Yeah.
until you say, okay, I got this part down. I need to get this part out of the way. Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. I'm
Cool,
all
cool.
in. Yes.
So
Thank you
then,
so
without
much.
going in deeper, I'll leave you to it, so that way it's not too much
No
information
fire
again.
hose today. Thank you. This was nice. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. All
All
right. See
right.
you again.
Talk to you later. Bye.
You too. Bye bye.